Hello everybody and welcome to this week's reading blog. So it is currently 3:30 in the afternoon. I just got home from school a couple hours ago. And today and into this week it's going to be kind of different. So I have mid-year exams on Wednesday. However, that might change because New England is supposed to get a big nor'easter, which is a snowstorm, on Wednesday and into Thursday, so school might get canceled for me. So I will be doing my mid-years at home instead of at campus. So that's what's going on Wednesday and Thursday. Saturday I start my job officially. Last week was just training, so I officially start on Saturday, and then next week is spring break. So this week is going to be kind of all over the place. So if I take long breaks in between filming clips, that's probably why. School, spring break, work. It's going to be a crazy vlog this week. So I apologize for that ahead of time. But anyways, right now I actually have to go ahead and edit Wednesday's video, which is going to be my March TBR. So that's what I'm going to go do. I will check in with you guys afterwards. Okay, everybody. So I'm back. It's now 8:15. And I don't know, today I've done some reading, but not a whole lot. Not since I updated you guys when I was at school earlier. I said this in last week's vlog, and so if you guys saw last week's vlog, you might have already heard this. But I've been feeling kind of slumpy for the past couple of days. I just haven't been in the mood to read. I mean, it's probably just because I've read so much in these past 2 months already. I'm almost done with my Goodreads goal. My Goodreads goal was at 25 books. I'm at 24 right now, and I've read 12 books in the past 2 months. So, 24 now, like I said. So that's probably why I'm feeling so slumpy. And normally when I go into a reading slump, which very rarely ever happens, I just go and pick up a Harry Potter book, and it usually gets me out of the slump pretty quickly. But I can't do that this month because, number one, I always reread Harry Potter either the summer or the winter time. So it's kind of late for that. And number two, I am doing an entire month-long readathon. I did an entire TBR for that. I will link it here on the screen for you guys, called March Mystery Madness. It's run by a bunch of people. One of my good friends, Lisa, over Books and Smiles, is one of the hosts of it. So she's really the one who introduced me to it. I thought one of my goals is to read more thrillers this year, so I'll just do that. So that's going on through the entire month of March, and I have so many books on my TBR to get to, so I can't reread Harry Potter right now as much as I would like to. Plus, I forgot to unbox it in last week's vlog, but I got a new copy of the Half-Blood Prince. Yes, there I have 2 editions of the Half-Blood Prince in paperback and hardback, but my hardback cover or copy didn't have a dust jacket on it, so I got a new one. And yes, I am keeping my old hardback copy because Half-Blood Prince is my favorite Harry Potter book. So yeah, I have a problem. So no Harry Potter reread for me as of right now. Maybe later on in the month I will. Knowing me, I probably will. But that's it. So now I'm actually going to go ahead and go read. I do need to finish Ever the Hunted by not Ever the Hunted, Ever the Brave. Ever the Hunted is the first book in the series. I read that last year. Ever the Brave, I need to finish that tonight. I'm almost done with it. I have like 70 pages left, so I want to finish that tonight. The next book I'm going to move on to is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and then I'll go from there. So I'm gonna go read. I'll check in with you guys later tonight. Hey guys, so I'm back. It's currently 9:15, and I have officially finished Ever the Brave, not Ever the Hunted, by Erin Summerall. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. It's kind of more on the 3.5 into 4 stars range. It wasn't bad, but I don't think it was as good as the first book, but I still did enjoy it. And that also means I've officially finished my Goodreads challenge for this year. Yay! So ever since I've been on book 2, so it's been almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in May. I've never been able to complete my Goodreads challenge, and now I officially have. So I read the 25 books that I wanted to read this year that I had set as a goal for me. So now I can go ahead and surpass that. So that's really awesome. So, like I said, I finished Ever the Brave, and now I'm going to move on to And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, which I think I can finish in one sitting. This book is 204 pages long, so I could probably finish this in one night if I can. So I'm gonna go do that now, and I probably won't check in with you guys again tonight unless I do finish this book. And if not, I will see you in the morning. Good afternoon and happy Tuesday, everybody. So it is currently 1:30 and today has been a long morning. I've been doing homework all day long because my mid-years are tomorrow. Even though at this point I don't know if I'm going to have school tomorrow because we're supposed to get, like I said, on Monday, a huge snowstorm tomorrow here in New England. In my area, I live about an hour north of Boston, and we're supposed to get, we're on the borderline between 6 to 9 inches and 9 to 12 inches. So I don't know if we're going to have school tomorrow. It's not supposed to start until the afternoon, but knowing the weather here where I live and in New England in general, anything can happen. So me and my mom have been kind of keeping an eye on the weather all day long, as well as my text messages from my school, because they usually will let us know on either Facebook or via text if the school's going to close at a certain time or if it's just going to be closed in general. So that is that. This morning I wrote an entire 6-page paper. Yep, my history class, I had to choose somebody out of the index for history book to do a paper on. I'm not going to tell you guys who I did because it's kind of a controversial figure and I don't want to get too much into it because it kind of will give my class away. So I won't go into it there, but I did finally finish it. I had actually been working on it for the past couple of weeks, and that's all said and done. Now I have to study for psychology because that's the bigger exam that I'm more worried about for tomorrow. So I'm probably going to spend the rest of the day studying. As far as reading, last night I did start reading And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. I am on page 38. I am really enjoying this. I read Murder on the Orient Express by her last December, and I enjoyed that for the most part. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world. It was a 3-star read. This is more going to be like a 4-star read. I actually really, really like this. This is one of my mom's favorite books of all time, too. And then I've been listening to my audiobook all morning. So I am listening to Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte on audio. If you guys haven't seen my past vlogs, I have 10 hours and 55 minutes left. So I'm about just under halfway done with that. So I really want to finish that tonight because it's due back on overdrive in 2 days. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go do some psychology stuff, and then I will check you guys a little bit later. Okay, everybody, so it's now just about 7 o'clock, and sorry the lighting isn't great. I'm too lazy to go up and put my lights on. So today, when I last updated you guys, I think I was working on my homework still, and I did do that for 5 hours straight, and then I got into the gaming thing again. If you guys have been following my last few vlogs over the past couple of months, you know I've been really getting into gaming lately. And it's something me and my best friend had talked about starting a channel for a few months ago, but at this point I don't think it's going to happen. But it's been a lot of fun. I've been playing a game that I started playing when I was 13. That's Wizard 101. You guys might have heard of it if you're about my age. It was a hit back in 2008, 2009. I started playing it just on a random day when I was bored, and I'm hooked. I have gone off and on of it for a few years, but I've always come back to it. It's just something I really like playing. So I was playing that for about, not too long, probably just about an hour before I had to go and eat dinner. So that's that. And now I'm going to actually head into the bath. The Bruins are on tonight, and they're starting in 15 minutes. So I'm probably going to listen to the game in there and do a little bit of reading. I finished an ebook that I was reading for review from NetGalley last week, and that was the Big Bad Wolf by Jess Accardo, and I give that 2 stars. It was a really cheesy new adult paranormal romance. You guys know I don't really read paranormal romance or new adult, so it reminded me too much of Twilight. So not my favorite thing. That was actually for a blog tour, which Entangled Teen was kind enough to send me a copy of that. So I'm going to be reviewing that on my blog in the next week. I think my date is the 15th of March. So that's done, and now I have started a book that I'm very excited about finally reading, and that is The Shining by Stephen King. This is part of my March Mystery Madness TBR. If you guys have seen that video, I will link it here on the screen. I am participating in this month-long readathon. I think I talked about it last night. I think so. And this is a month-long readathon, all about reading thrillers. That's why I'm also reading And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. So those two are my current reads for that TBR. My plan is for this readathon and for the rest of the March is I'm going to be switching back and forth between the readathon TBR and my regular TBR. So once I finish And Then There Were None, I'm going to move on to Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, which is a gigantic book, but I also have the audiobook rented out, so I can probably go back and forth between the two. And then I'll go back to, I think, Stalking Jack the Ripper is my next book in my March Mystery Madness TBR. I'll talk about more once I finish And There Were None, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and hop into the bath, and I will check in with you guys afterwards.
Hey guys, long time no vlog. It's now Friday. I'm so sorry I haven't vlogged in a couple of days. It has just been crazy. So, Wednesday, I'm just going to catch you guys on everything that's happened since I last updated you guys on Tuesday night. Wednesday, I had my midterm exams for school. One of them I know I did pretty good on, the other not so good, but we're not going to talk about that. And then that's it. That's all that happened on Wednesday. And then Thursday, yesterday, my power went out because I talked about this a little bit on Monday, but we have a nor'easter, which is kind of like a blizzard. If you guys live in New England or the northeast region of the states, you would know what a nor'easter is. But New England got pounded with the snow on Wednesday and Thursday. We actually had another one last week, which my power didn't go out with that, so that's thankful. But my power went out yesterday. It was only off for about not even 12 hours, so that's good. I got it back about 1 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday, and then we're supposed to be getting another one next week, but not as severe as this one, so that's good. And yesterday I just kind of chilled out and hung out with my mom and my brother. My brother was home because school got canceled and he's also kind of sick, and we just hung out together for a few hours while he waited for the power to come back on. And I didn't do any reading, but I did manage to do some reading last night, so I am now on page 90 of And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. I am still really liking this book. I'm just kind of taking my time with it, because when I read Murder on the Orient Express, I kind of rushed through it, because I just wanted to see the movie. But I am pretty excited to finish this. It's really short. It's only like 202 pages or something like that, so I can probably finish this tonight if I really just sit down and read it. So that's that. And then as far as audiobook listening, I am about 8 hours and 45 minutes away from finishing Jane Eyre, which is really exciting. And as far as my ebook, I haven't read any more of The Shining since I last updated you guys. So that's my update for now. Right now, I'm actually going to continue listening to my audiobook and play some Wizard 101. And then later on today, depending if it gets canceled or not, my cousin is going to be doing a dance show at her school, so we got that going on tonight. And yeah, that's it for now, and I will check in with you guys a little bit later in the day.
Happy Saturday, everybody. So it is currently 8:15 at night. Oh my god, you guys can see. Hold on. Much better. Sorry about that. The light was in my face, but today has been a long day. I started work today. I had my very first shift today at work. It went really well. My store was packed. I think I explained this in last week's video that I work at a supermarket, and today just happened to be the busiest day because a lot of people have lost power during our nor'easter these past couple of days. So we had a lot of customers coming in to get, new groceries this week, but that's completely fine. So that went well, and then I came home, got changed, and I was planning on just doing some writing because I'm going to talk about this probably a little bit more tomorrow, but I actually came up with a new book idea. So I'll explain that a little bit more in a later part of this vlog or something. I'm not sure. But I came home, was going to do some writing, but my parents invited me out to lunch to kind of celebrate my first shift at work. So we went to a local seafood place in the next town over from my town, which I know I'm from Boston, you guys know that, and New England is kind of like known for its seafood, but I don't like seafood. I don't like it. I like the taste of seafood, but I hate the smell. So I'm not a big seafood person, so typical me, I just have like chicken burgers and fries. That's my typical order, but it was still enjoyable. I like hanging out with my parents every once in a while. We don't really go out that often as a family, but we got to do that today. Then I came home and I did a little bit of gaming with Wizard 101, and then my two favorite streamers who do Wizard 101 streams were doing another stream of Five Nights at Freddy's. If you guys have ever heard that game,
I've never played it. It's creepy as hell. So not my cup of tea, but I was watching that a little bit earlier, and then I had dinner, and that's it. And then as far as my reading, last night I finished And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. It's kind of more on the 3.5 end of 4 stars. Still a good book. I enjoyed it more than Murder on the Orient Express, but I still had some similar problems with it. So that's that. And now I have moved on to the chapter by chapter book club book of the month for the month of March, and that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. This, again, is our chapter by chapter book club book of the month for March, not February. So if you guys want to join us in this read along, the link to the book club is down below. But yes, we were reading this book, and I have actually read the first 6 chapters previously because I had a partial arc from NetGalley back in December, so I kind of got a grasp of the story already, but I can tell you from what I've read so far that I am loving this book. Not as much as some other people, but it's almost 600 pages, so we got quite a ways away to go with this book. And if you guys are not familiar with the story, which I'm sure you all are, because this is going the new craze around BookTube, this is a YA fantasy novel that I believe is going to be the first in a trilogy, and it is inspired by West African culture, which is really cool. So we follow our main character, Zele. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm so sorry, who lives in a world where the magic has kind of been outlawed, and the king, the king, pretty much, I messed it up, that's enough, so, magic has disappeared, and the rulers of this kingdom want to murder any former magic users. So it follows Zele, as her mother was one of these magic users, and she is killed, and Zele ends up teaming up with a rogue princess to escape the kingdom and bring magic back. So that's probably a horrible synopsis, but that's what I got from the basic premise. And like I said, it's good so far. I'm on page... Oh my god, where's my book? There it is. Alright, I'm on page 26. So I flew through the first 25 pages or so last night, and I cannot wait to continue on with reading this. So that is it for now. I am going to read for the rest of the night, I think, unless I get distracted by something else. The Burns already played today, so that won't be the case. It might be just watching, like, Netflix or something, but I think I'm going to read for the rest of the night. So I will check in with you guys either later on tonight or tomorrow. Okay, everybody, so it's now just about 10 o'clock, and I got to page 70 of Children of Blood and Bone, and I'm still really enjoying it, but I'm going to put a pause on this for now, because I have, as you guys know, I explained on this vlog, last week's vlog, I'm participating in March Mystery Madness. I'll have my TBR video linked up on the screen for you guys to go check out, and one of those books I have to read for the read-along is Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter, and this is due back at my library in just a couple weeks. I actually want to dive into this because it is a thriller. It's not too long, and then because Children of Blood and Bone is almost 600 pages, this isn't a high fantasy novel, I just want something a little bit lighter at the moment. It's not that I'm not enjoying Children of Blood and Bone, because I really am, but I really just want to take my time with this. So I'm going to just break up the reading and start my second book from March Mystery Madness, and dive into this and see what I think. So that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the night. Hopefully I can get a good chunk of this done before the end of the night, and I will let you guys know my thoughts. Alright, everybody, so it's now Monday, and it is time to wrap up this week's reading vlog. So this week was a much better reading week than last week was. I managed to finish 2 books. The first one of those was Ever the Brave by Erin Sumrell, and I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. And the other one I managed to finish was And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, which I also gave a 4 out of 5 stars. And then as far as what I am currently reading, I am currently reading 4 books. So the first one of those is Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. I am on page 28 of this. The next book I'm currently reading is behind me, and that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, and I am on page, let's see,
Oh my gosh. Where did I put my bookmark? There it is. I'm on page 70 of this, so I am definitely flying through both of my physical books. And then I am still listening to Jane Eyre on audio. I still have about 5 hours left in that, so I'm hoping to finish it today when this reading vlog goes up. And then on ebook, I am still reading The Shining by Stephen King, and I am like 10% into that. I haven't made much progress in that. But that is everything I read this week and everything I'm currently reading, so I hope you guys enjoyed this week's reading vlog. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The links to the books I read this week will be linked down below, along with all my social media links. And with all that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you soon for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.